All right, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Times 3 to that 6. All praise to that 9, man. You know what's going on. You know who it is, bro. It's the revolutionary renegade, Nick Bodie. I said Nick Bodie because I'm about to do something that I don't normally do in full. Obviously, all the material that I put out it's obviously it's for everybody. It's for any and everybody who's interested, any and everybody who can relate to it, any and everybody who feels like some vibrations that's coming out may be for them, right? But with that being said, I think it's time to start stepping it up on my end and making things a little bit more clear because I'm so multifaceted and I talk a lot about that balance between the physical and spiritual that kind of when you guys see me operate in certain pockets, if that's what I mean, if you're not really in tune with who I am and how I move, you don't know what the hell is going on with me. It's hard to get a read on me. You know what I'm saying? I know one day, depending on what terminology I'm using, if I'm speaking in more spiritual terms and shit, y'all might be thinking, oh, he's bugging today. And then certain days, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking more in a way that people who are not tapped into certain frequencies can relate and understand what I'm talking about. Even with me saying that, tapped into certain frequencies. Y'all like, what? But like, why is he saying dumb shit like that? Or what does he mean when he say that? What I'm saying is just like this. Everything ain't for everybody, right? Like a TV channeling, like a TV channel. You might not like nothing that comes on MTV or Lifetime or BET. That ain't your frequency. You get me? Nothing that they show resonates with you. You don't even watch the channel. So if you at someone's house and they cut on some MTV, you're going to block it out. You're not going to want to hear it. You're going to have a preconceived notion. You get where I'm going with this. So if y'all view me like the MTV channel that you don't like or don't understand or don't even want to take the time to deal with, when I get to talking like that, y'all going to be like, shut this nigga off. Shut him off. And then I have another faction of individuals, the spiritual community, that if they feel like I'm too in the physical, they be like, now I'm not too much worried about that because ain't nobody about to be projecting on me and making me feel like I gotta live or do certain things to please you. That's not what I'm getting at. But what I'm getting at is living simultaneously between both realms and making sure people know what they're looking at. It's not my job to make sure that people know what they're looking at, but I feel it my responsibility to make it clear so there's no question. If you don't know, that's because you didn't take the time to figure it out. And that's part of the reason why I'm making this video. So if you can have an opinion on me, and I'm not saying that anyone does or doesn't, but that's another story. But if you did and didn't take the time to come talk to me, didn't take the time to look into the things that I'm saying or what I'm about, your opinion isn't valid because you literally don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about me, but you don't know me. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm not worried about that. I don't have time for that. And even with the growth that I've gotten in these past few years, I've recognized shit like that. Those people are kind of what's the problem with the world. You know what I'm saying? Again, but let me slow pace this thing here. So boom, just me, man. I grew up like everybody else, just as far as I didn't come here knowing I was on a spiritual journey. A lot of us come here on journeys. And when I say that, a lot of us came incarnated in this lifetime. A lot of us were born to come here and do shit, right? Whether it was to be a baker, you bake cakes, motherfucker. Shout out to my man Dorsey, custom kicks. He clean kicks, make custom. People came here for different shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just use him. He was the first. There must be a reason you popped in my head, bro. But there was a reason he popped. But every barbers, I ran into bro last time at the barber shop. Some people came here to keep us. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't cut here. Everybody can't do everything. So there's people for everything, right? And what I'm saying to say that is, it's important to know why you're here. And a lot of people don't, and that's fine. But that's kind of what this life thing is about here, is figuring this type of shit out. And a lot of people wonder, why am I here? What am I doing here? What's my role here since young? But the world distracts you and fills you up with so much nonsense that you're not really able to fully become who you're supposed to become in life. Now, that's where I'm going with this. That's kind of where I'm at with this thing here. Is just, I lived my whole life. That's what I mean. Like everybody else, just not really knowing what my purpose was, going through my motions. I was a football playing nigga, you know what I'm saying? I played football basically from Pop Warner to high school, you know what I'm saying? I've been rapping. I started writing poetry since I was 8. I really started rapping around that same time. That's always been a part of my life. And those were my 2 strongest senses and sources of identity. I didn't know nothing else. That was what was natural for me. As I got older, though, obviously, I'm starting to question things. And when I say older, I don't even mean older. I just mean in like middle school. I start to wonder, like, what's to all of this shit? Like, if I do go to the NFL, is that what my life is supposed to be? Like, question slowly, you know what I'm saying? I start thinking about these things and everything. And, but here was the gambit that I could never get past. I always had a different kind of passion and energy in my body, in my heart and soul, my mind, when it came to black and brown people. I was one of them individuals, like, all I needed to see was, or hear was one little thing, and then I knew what time it was. I always been the revolutionary soul. I couldn't operate this shit don't just come one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I guess it can, but I don't know nothing about that. I know this is something that I've been trying to unlock my entire life. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't know exactly how, but I've always been one of those pro-black type of individuals, always since a kid admired and studied as much as I could as a kid with studying the Black Panthers, Huey, Malcolm. I always liked the more gangster revolutionaries too. Like, Martin Luther King was cool, but I didn't like that turn the other cheek. And when I found out that it came, I was like, but why would he tell us that? Like, that's the stupidest shit that I've ever heard. You know what I mean? So just all of these things. So fast forward, I'm gonna bring you forward a little bit to around 2016, 17, 18. A couple years out of high school now. And now I'm like, hold up. Something ain't right. And again, with me having that strong sense of pride in my people, I always wanted to know what was the history that they took from us. The most that they would tell us, like, that we knew as far as how they did, like, they took our languages, moved us all around the world, had us on slave. But I'm like, well, 1, how could they take our languages? 2, what was the language? 3, who's speaking the language now? 4, where the fuck were we before we got over here? All of these type of things, and that's just the basic shit. And the older I got, the more I started seeing what was going on in the world. When all of these different races, they could tell you about their grandparents and their great-grandparents and their great-great-great and great-great-great-great-great, where they came from, where the line started at, who married who did what. And I'm talking about deep shit. Like, they know how the families became family. Like, and I'm like, what? Y'all know y'all original tongue and everything. It didn't change too much because, you know, it's still newborns really to the world, but you get what I'm going. And I'm like, how? Like, what? This shit not seeming right to me. It didn't sit right with me. You know what I'm saying? All of these things. So I'm saying that to say there was always a lot of soul searching going on. But at that point in time, it started kicking up heavy. And then with me, like, who? And again, even with my build. With my build, bro, I used to wonder, why am I built like this? Why I look like this? Even if I'm not in the gym too heavy, why all I got to do is a couple push-ups and a couple whatever, and I'm looking like, yeah, how was that possible? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Just certain things that I'm like, nah, what's to this black man that I am? I know what everybody else said about us. They called us monkeys, they called us slaves, spirit truckers, you know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. But how the fuck is we so much faster than everybody? How the fuck is we so much stronger than everybody? How did solar cook everything except us? I'm like, nah, man, something not right. Niggas can't rap like this, sing like this, dance like this. Why they got me trying to feel so bad about myself when we the most on the planet? And I'm watching everybody trying to copy us. Why they disrespect us? I'm like, nah. And that's that revolutionary. I ain't never been one to be played with this type of shit now. But that's where the fire come in at. that passion, that fire. And that's one thing that I want to talk about too. And I think that's where I started to lose my people. Because once I started to come across certain information, when I found out the truth about slavery, when I found out about Brooklyn, North Carolina, when I found out about Lake Lanier, you understand what I'm telling you? When I found out about Queen Khalifa, when I found out about Crazy Horse, when I found out about the real Thanksgiving, when I found out about Tulsa, Selma, Tuskegee, when I found out about Slave Patrol, how Slave Patrol started as Slave Patrol and graduated into the cops, but they kept the same badge. How a nigga think I'm gonna feel unpacking this? There's no nice way for me to feel about it. I'm looking at the genocide of our people. So you expect me to get on this camera and speak calmly. I get it, bro. It's too much and it's scary. Because now you don't know if I'm about to be the nigga that's running out here trying to kill up all the white folks for what they did hundreds of years ago. I get it. That's not where my mind is at. Have we all thought about it? Of course. Have anyone has ever done it? No. They know that. That's not where our mind is at. If we was bent on revenge, we would have been got the lick back. And even now, our existence here ain't been based on revenge. It's easy to forget that, though, because, again, once you really get the facts and sit with what they did to us, and then when you realize it's 2026 and they'll still knock your ass off for nothing and get away with it, beat the case. Want to talk about the statute of limitations? Ain't no statute of limitations on the murders against us. This is the rage I walk around with. That shit ain't nothing has ever been corrected. It's just talked about. It's just talked about. Like, oh, wow, y'all took that loss. So I'm sorry for my people that I know in the physical. This is for y'all more so. Because I need to explain this to y'all why you see me get out my body sometime. Or why you see me talking like it's just this. It's passion. I never speak with rage. I never speak out of hatred. I never speak and wish any individuals to go harm any other individuals, to harm themselves, to harm any part of the community. Nothing like that. I don't entice that kind of behavior. I don't even play with that kind of shit. I just bring the facts. And I also want if you didn't know this, motherfucker, you need to know. Because I know the brainwashing that's been done to us, I didn't know. Had I known, I'd have been moving different. This is my point. If black and brown people really know what happened to us and how it happened to us, you'd move completely differently. I promise you, you would. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you'd be out here killing people. That's not the fucking point. But you'd realize that there's been a noose and a foot up on our neck for centuries now. We just pacified. We numb. We don't feel it no more. But I was just in a bit, like, people will tell you that the world is changing and everything. But ask another race that's not us if they would accept the treatment that we get. Ask them, would they be black? And I don't mean what comes with the cool shit. I mean, would you take the systematic status and the social status that we have, the opinions that people push, the notions that people push, the fear that people walk around with for us? You don't want that. You want to look like this. You want to be able to sit in there. We get it, and we don't be mad at that. But you can't keep disrespecting us. Backdoor and silently co-signing the shit that happened to us. Because, again, they took all of our fucking land. Y'all know that. It's documented. Businesses and shit like that. And I'm just like, well, you can't feel that bad because ain't no businesses been relinquished. Ain't no land been given back to its rightful owners. So as long as you reap the benefits, I'll never fully believe that you really got a problem with that. I couldn't live in a mansion that I know the person who gifted me that mansion killed the whole family for it. And that's why I got the mansion. Not because I bought it or I earned this mansion. The previous family got murdered. And then motherfucker just moved me in. So yeah, new generation, you might not have been responsible for the atrocities, but you're responsible for reaping all the benefits. But y'all don't, I'm sure that's a discussion that we don't want to have, right? And this is what I mean. So folks can't talk to me about animosity, about anger. Be lucky that all it is verbal sometime when I'm talking to my peoples, and we not talking about tearing shit up. The most we talking about at this point is coming back together, getting the knowledge of who we are, unlearning the bullshit that y'all taught us through these schools. I don't want to go into that religious shit because, again, I'm not even here to disrespect nobody's religion. I don't agree with it or subscribe to certain things, but that don't mean I'm here to disrespect you. Because I will feel away if you disrespected me because of how I live my life. I'm going to give you that same respect. It's not about that. Where can we meet in the middle? How can we coexist? Before religions, before politics, before government, before education, before any of this social status, it was just soul and spirit. That's it. The bullshit didn't matter. The bullshit is put there as a smoke screen. Because even when this is up, come on now. When it's up, it's up. So we've been taken away from what's really real. I just had to get that part out. And even now, I'm keeping that as contained as... Because I don't... Yeah, you know, but just for the people who know me, man, in real time, Bodie didn't lose his fucking mind, bro. Like, this is the same Bodie. I ain't never been on I ain't never been medicated, none of that shit in my entire life. But this is what happened, motherfucker. This is exactly what I'm saying. Y'all know I'm the same nigga, bro, the same. It's just less tolerance for the bullshit. More love for our people. Living every day like it gotta count, because it do. I was fucking around. I'm not fucking around no more. So when y'all saw me growing my shit, I had to get the connection back. Your hair is powerful. Why you think our shit the only thing on the planet that lock like that? Why you think we the only people with this shit on us? Come on now. If motherfuckers could look like they can have dark skin and all kind of shit, but look at that antenna. You can't fake, you can't replace this, bro. You can't, you get where I'm going? You can't replicate that. And we see them trying now when it's a dead giveaway. Niggas looking crazy. But that's part of my thing too. Like, this is the stuff that they made us feel bad about. Now they going out of their way to try to get this up here. Come on, bro. And we still got our beautiful black goddesses walking around with wigs and weaves and all of this other shit. But all of these other races are trying to get what you got. They taking the shit that you take out and pull out and it come out. They go in the trash and get that. Clean that out. But you don't know nothing about that though. Come on, bro. Melatonin made out of melanin. I don't want to get into this shit, but I be fueled and fired up for a reason. And to be honest with you, I feel like anyone who tries to talk, be careful about how I say this. Any non-person of color, I feel like you can't really tell us how to react in that situation, good, bad, or indifferent. You have no say-so. And again, I don't have a lot of people that I'm cool with, bro. I've never had a problem with non-black or Hispanic or Latino people in my entire life. And again, anyone who knows me know that, bro. I ain't never been accused of it. I ain't never been suspected of it. Nobody ever felt like that was on my name, on my jacket. You know what I'm saying? Again, but it's like, when it's real, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just not about the bullshit. I can have white friends and say, yeah, but there's a certain demographic of y'all who did some bullshit in the past. Again, that don't got nothing to do with you. Unless you're reaping a benefit, that's a different story, though. But that's why it takes time, and we have to have these discussions. Because sometimes I don't even think they think about it like that. Like, damn, like, motherfucker, you kind of right. Like, what are they to do? They came, you know what I'm saying? But we have to work together and talk through these things. But even these conversations, bro, we cannot be afraid to have these talks. Because I know black people be afraid to say any goddamn thing. And sometimes that's why it comes out. And because we keep so much shit in. Get done wrong on the daily. So I don't sometimes think about how people to get done wrong on the daily and to have done wrong ancestrally and it never be right. All of that shit still sits in our souls. Literally. It's never gone anywhere. We've been living with it for generation after generation. Sometimes we feel emotions that don't even got shit to do with us. That's our moms. That's our pops. That's grandmama and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's great. That's you 18 lifetimes ago. That type of shit. You get where I'm going? But it's here. And then that's part of what us, that's why we got to tap back into our spirits, black and brown individuals, into our souls, so we can begin to deal with this madness. That's part of the reason why we ain't never been able to get it right. Spiritually, we've been so knocked off our pivot. Down to even if an individual may find himself in religion, why do you think we've ever, as a whole, ain't never been able to get back to we were before they got their hands on us? Because before they got their hands on us, we wasn't Christian, bro. And again, I don't say these things to discredit people or make people feel bad or make them feel like I'm attacking them. It's not that. But again, we have to deal with the facts. These are facts. I'm not making up shit. I'm not pulling shit on my ass. These are facts. And then that's when I say, if you question me, well, let's do the research. But don't just get to jumping out the window telling me I don't know what I'm talking about on something I've studied and something you haven't. That's ignorant. And I'm tired of the ignorance. That's what I mean. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the ignorance. I'm tired of our people not challenging yesterday. Because tomorrow ain't getting no better for us unless we make it that way. So that's kind of my spiel for my people in the physical. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, I ain't never lost my motherfucking mind, bro. I'm just so passionate about the way that I feel about our peoples. And again, let me finish off with this. You can ask people from the town, bro. And this is why sometimes, like, man, like, we're going to have to start keeping it a buck. This people from the town, they know if they need help on a community type of level, if they got something going, they know where to look at. There's been individuals, you know what I'm saying, who done needed some community help, and guess who was there? In the name of the village. The village, we pop out. You get where I'm going? But it's nothing more than I mean what I say. When I say I'm here for my community, I'm here. Y'all post something, I see it, I'm with it. What we doing? I done spent bread for stuff that didn't have nothing to do with me, contributed stuff that didn't have nothing to do with me, and didn't want no credit for it. Especially when I'm doing stuff for other people, you really not gonna see me posting that, because that's they stuff. I'm just here to help. That's my point. I know when it's time for me to take the lead, and then I know when it's time for me to fall back and assist with who needs assisting. That's something a lot of people can't do. Everybody always gotta be the big man on campus. I don't have that problem. I don't have no problem saying thank you to this one, or this one did this one, or this one did that. I don't have no problem doing that. I never have, and I never will. Shouting out people with, come on now, that's who I am. And this is what I mean. The people in my town can attest to this. I'm not just here to see what I can get from y'all. I give. Collective. I give. You know how many free pieces and shit that I done give away? Crystals and all kind of stuff. Care packages. Something, you know what? We need protection out this motherfucker. Or we need some intuitive energy out this motherfucker. Or sometime whatever they soul telling me to do, I'ma do it. But all the reflections know. They done got multiple things from me. Clothes, crystals, all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I've meant every word that I've spoken with this, from top to bottom. But I want to get into that bag, because it's all fueled by the passion, and the information is what led me to my spiritual journey, finding out who I am. Like I said, man, like, they always told us they took our languages away, gave us white Jesus, moved us on slave ships, all this kind of crazy shit. But it's not until you start unpacking the facts that it makes sense. So once I realized that I wasn't alone, well, let me start with this. Once I realized I had a soul, you see, that's when shit changed up. We know we got souls, but you don't know for real. That's what I mean. Like, if you knew, you'd be in tune with it. You'd learn how to fuck with it. That's what I'm saying. Like, we didn't know it was real. You ain't know it was real. So, boom, check it out, right? Around this amount of time of COVID, like it's like 2020. I'm soul searching like a motherfucker, like I told you. I'm soul searching so much to the point to where I opened up the Holy Bible again, trying to find answers. And that should tell you something too. Like that's what a lot of black people end up getting in the Bible. Niggas be in jail at the worst of the worst. Like, at no point in life when things were going good did you ever feel like it's only when you felt like you had no options. That's not good, bro. That's not fucking, I don't know where, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. And yeah, you could say like that's when he calls you, or okay, oh, you run with that if you want to. But you let me know the person in your life who you have that same type of scenario or situation with, if you kind of get where I'm going. That shit don't make no damn sense, bro. But anyway, again, I had felt the worst that I had worked, needing something to believe in. That's really what it was. I needed something. I didn't have nothing. I needed something to believe in, something to make me feel whole and to make me feel good and to make me feel like I knew who I was. And the first book that I opened up was Deuteronomy, the curses, nigga. So basically, if you're not familiar with Deuteronomy, all Deuteronomy is saying is basically, bro, we got cursed for going against the grain. That's all it really say in layman's terms. Is we were left of a series of instructions with free will, right? So we got a series of shit to do, series of shit not to do, and free will to make that decision. And we were told what would happen if we went against the grain. And they want you to believe, niggas being niggas, we went against the grain anyway. Something that would hurt us, right? Got these curses put on us, and the only way that the curses would be released was essentially if we came back to the Lord, if we came back to Jesus Christ, which sounds nuts, but that's the only way for the curses to be lifted. Now, I don't know if you want to talk numbers or what, but I know the black community is still heavily involved in the Christian church. I know it. So and I'm saying that to say, would they need a certain number of people to come back to Jesus? Because the black community came back to Jesus. So by that theory, the curses that been placed upon us, niggas, should have been lifted. I'm just saying, bro. But whatever the fuck. So that's what I mean. Did it have to be a certain number of black niggas to make it make sense, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. They didn't put that in the rule book, you know? So that just made me, I'm like, and at first I was like, And here's what got me. I thought about them damn Egyptians. I thought about Kemet and the pharaohs. And I'm like, yup, them niggas was out there worshiping false gods, and it's only one God. That's why I'm sitting there saying, I'm like, yeah, there's only one God. Not knowing that in Genesis, it says God said, let us make man in our image. If there was only one God, he wouldn't, that terminology don't make sense, and they don't make mistakes like that. But anyway, yeah, I'm blaming it on the pharaohs and Kemet and shit. And I'm like, you Egyptian motherfuckers, like, y'all niggas thought y'all was so motherfucking smart. You fucked this over. But it still didn't sit right. I was still like, I don't know. And then, one day, out the fucking blue, I'm working for Amazon at the time, driving, doing deliveries, nigga, dropping off packages and shit. This was my 9 to 5 at the time. So I always watched a lot of videos, YouTube. I just let YouTube and shit play. Again, you hear how I talk, so I'm not an entertaining type nigga, like, or not but I don't always want to be entertained is what I'm saying. I think a lot, and sometimes if I'm not thinking, I want to hear something that's gonna make me think. Somehow, some way, Rashad Jamar shit just come through my shit. Now, this is the second time it's happened, mind you. And I got a witness to the first time. The first time this shit happened, my dog, CB. CB, if you see this, nigga, you was at the crib with me when I lived in Hartford, nigga. And this nigga Rashad Jamar, I don't know where it came. He just popped up on my shit. And then we said this nigga looked like Trill. Because we got a nigga named Trill who looked short, stocky, cut up, nigga, with the... I was like, nigga, he do kind of look like Trill. Nigga, what the fuck going on? This nigga got a doppelganger and shit. But because I was with the homie and shit, and this is one of bro's early, like, he was in, like, the bathroom and shit. Like, he hadn't even got his setup set up yet. He was, like, in the bathroom. So I didn't really know what was going on. Again, that was the first time I heard. That was the first time. So I was like, I'm not watching this shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even get a chance to hear what he was saying. You know what that's what I mean. Like, I wasn't on that frequency yet. I wasn't there yet. I was getting there though. And that was a little test. They just threw that shit out there. You know what I'm saying? And I just breezed past it till that was probably around the summer, I want to say, like around this time, like around like May, like springtime, April, May of whatever year that it was. I want to say it was 21, that was 21, yeah, 21. And then, Yeah, right after the yeah. So that was 21. My fault, y'all. I'm trying to keep it all together. So I'm working for Amazon. I had just turned 23. It had just turned 2023. Just turned 20 because it was January. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It was January. I wasn't even at Amazon that long, so at that timeline, I'm not gonna fuck up. But it was, and I'm just fucking, and I'm listening, and this nigga saying some shit. I don't know how it came on. I was already watching what I was watching, and then his shit comes on. So I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck this nigga talking about a reptilian? I'm just listening. So for like the first couple videos, nigga, my face like this. But I'm not turning it off though. I'm just like this, like the fuck this nigga talking about, bro? I'm like, what is this? But there was so much that was relatable with the nigga. Like when he had a familiar energy, I felt like I knew the nigga, all kind of shit. I'm like, nigga, he say shit I would say. Like there was certain shit about that nigga that it was just, I was like, I like this nigga. I don't know what it is, but I like this nigga right here. I don't know what he talking about. But it's something that I need to hear because I can't cut the shit off. So then I'm letting it go and then I'm starting to kind of like piece. And I'm like, oh, because I'm hearing him talk about the history and who we are and all that. So I'm like, this nigga got the juice, he got the drop, nigga. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me find out what the fuck going on in this bitch, man. And then just basically that was it. So every day while I'm on my route driving, I'm just watching video after video after video. Now, mind you, bro, the whole time I don't have no idea. He was already incarcerated at this time. I didn't fucking know that, bro. Like, it's not funny, but I'm like, the whole thing, the way it happened, it still blows my mind kind of to this day. Because I'm sitting here thinking, I'm watching a free man that I'm about to be binge watching to catch up. So then when his next couple of drops come, I'm going to be on the money. I know you know what I'm saying? So it gets deeper in the videos, and then I hear him saying certain things like, I'm, getting letters from the FBI and getting death threats from the system and blah, blah, blah. So at first I'm like, nigga, yeah, right. Like, fuck out of here, nigga. No, you not. And I get to different videos and I'm looking at the comments and they free to God, they got him. And I'm like, huh? Like, hold the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck going on? So I really had to take more time. But that's when I started doing it different. I'm like, hold on. Like, what really is this? Now, mind you, this is the beginning of 2023, bro. Like, I don't know nothing about meditating. Like, I've obviously heard of it. I've never meditated a day in my life. I ain't never wore no crystals, none of this shit. I'm learning about it, and I'm curious, but even that, the first couple months, I didn't jump off into certain shit because I still didn't understand it. Like, it was so fucking foreign to me that I was slow pacing that shit like a motherfucker. But, it got to the point, shit really got real when I did start to meditate. You know what I'm saying? And all kinds of connections happened. My soul, my spirit, the planet, him, you know what I'm saying? There was a bunch of different things that happened that I was like, holy shit. And then that's when Nick Bodie began to kind of take the back burner and the revolutionary Renegade began to open his eyes. They're two sides of the same coin. It's me. It's the same nigga, but that's what I mean. Nick Bodie, he didn't have the knowledge. He didn't have the particular specific type of drive that the Renegade got. You know, they the same, but they different. You know what I'm saying? So Renegade is who Nick Bodie was always trying to become, but Nick Bodie's still here, if you get where I'm going. But I'm the Renegade. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I couldn't, again, I'm one of them type of individuals, like, the shit sounded good, but I was like, nigga, I gotta see this shit, though. Like, it ain't enough for me to just learn about meditation and learn about crystals and the metaphysical properties that they have and the healing properties that they have and the intuitive properties that they have. I need to get my hands on them and see what's to them, see if this shit even really real. And that was my thing. I had to put everything to the test before I even dove into this world. So it's not like I'm just watching the motherfucker like, oh, this shit sound good. Nah. I ain't never been gullible. I ain't never been no type of nigga that you can just tell anything, bro. You tell me the sky is blue, nigga, hold on, nigga. Nigga, I thought it was, but let me go verify this shit real quick just because you said it. Not because I got anything against you, but, nigga, I need to know, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go check. All right, cool. Motherfucker, it is blue. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I need to know for me. Not because you told me. I always been that way. So when I'm watching this shit, I'm like, Ever again, I'm like, this nigga, it sound real good. It sound great, if you want me to be honest. It sound godly, nigga, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just jump out the window. I need to do some research. I need to find out what the fuck going on. And that's what I did. And the things that I begin to come back with, that's what it was shit that I never expected, bro. Motherfuckers been waiting on me. And again, a lot of people had this same shit that they actually tap in. Our grandparents, great-grandparents, after they waiting on us to connect back with them somehow. Even factions of us that may not be blood related, we still connected through this mug. Even them trees, them flowers. Motherfuckers waiting on you. The dirt waiting on you. Them pebbles out there waiting on you just to come talk to them. You understand where I'm going at? So once they embraced me, bro, and they going, that's what I'm saying. You come real, you come with your head on right, you come genuine and just chill. They gonna embrace your ass, man. And don't even overthink what I was saying too much just now. But what I mean is just don't go into it worrying yourself or overthinking it. Just go as you are. Come as you are, basically. Go as you are. Because like I said, man, they're waiting on you, man. And you're gonna feel a sense of love that you never felt before. I'm trying to tell you. And that's part of even why it helps me. Because I live alone. I've been living alone for over a year now, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll be good. Like, obviously, we social beings, so it gets lonely sometimes, yes, but I'll be good is what I'm saying. Like, look at me, bro. Like, if there was stresses and like, of course we always have concerns and shit like that, but I don't wake up fucked up. I don't walk around fucked up. Especially about something like that is what I mean. I got connections. And that might be a little left for some, but I'm just more okay with me. I'm at peace with me. I know how to just be. And then when there's a balance where I need to be around individuals, I have positive individuals who can pour into my cup as I pour into theirs, and I don't have to come back drained at the end of it all. Or it don't have to be a fight. You get where I'm going? Shit like that. So even that, I was able to develop better relationships with people in life, but I want to get to that point a little bit later. I think I'm gonna cut the video short pretty soon though. We going on 45 minutes. I think I might cut it, man, because I don't want to go too long to where people, I'm very long-winded as you can see, but there was a specific reason why I needed to make this video the way I made it. But yeah, so just let me keep doing my thing real quick. So we're coming across that information. I explained a little bit about this before in one of my other videos. I talked to you about my shroom experience and how that really helped and played a part in giving me that open mind of dissolving the ego. That's like so many different things came from so many different things, and this is why sometimes I be wanting to do longer videos so I can explain all of this shit in full because it's so much. But let me get back into what I was saying with the collective. To the collective is what I'm saying. So after I realized who he was on a spiritual level, I was still tapped in, but again, he's locked up, so there's not really much going on. But one of the updates came out, and that update, man, that shit damn near had me in tears. It was either, I don't think it was I think it came after the What's the Update, because I think that was the first one that I may have heard while he was locked, because I was still new to the world at that time. But I just remember being outraged because I remember seeing all of the comments of the people free to God and we riding with you and all of this shit. So I couldn't believe I'm listening to a voice recording of this man basically saying ain't nobody riding with him. I couldn't believe it. Like, when I tell you I was outraged, nigga, I was out fucking raged. And then I went outside and I'm like, we got to figure this out. Because by that time I'm meditating, so I'm like, we got to figure this shit the fuck out. So I'm tapping in. Because I had already been, but I didn't know. I started redirecting my energy is what I'm saying. And more so, what can I do to help the God? And then that's eventually what led me to you have to find the right individuals to do this thing with. You understand where I'm going? So, and even that, I sat with that for a while. How to do it, when to do it, why to do it. And Zakia was live one day. Rashad Jamal, his wife, she went live one day, and it was an emotional day for her. So a lot of us were just on there with her, you know, just through the day, trying to show love, send positive energy her way, you know what I'm saying? Uplifting energy, support, just anything, because there's not really much that you can really do to you can help the person, but the situation, like that's more like we wanted to help the situation. Well, some of us, a lot of us, you know what I mean? We wanted to help the situation. We wanted to help her, but like that's what I mean. It's like until he comes home, we know, you know what I mean, it's gonna be rough. So that's the thing. It's just what can we do for you now? What can we do? You know what I'm saying? So that was more my mindset. So I reached out to a couple of individuals. Obviously, y'all know, you know, Maggie, Shay, and Zinga, Nika, you know, always loved them. Shout out to them. And 3. Y'all didn't get a chance to see us with 3, but 3 was in the mix. And we came together for this purpose, the purpose of riding for Rashad, you know what I'm saying? A black revolutionary, bro. That was what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Wrongly convicted. We know what for in a sundown. So there was a lot of things, like a lot of people don't know what a sundown town is. Like a lot of people didn't know that a black activist had been convicted in a sundown town. A lot of people didn't know the history of black activists, the cases that get put on them, the charges that they get hit with, and the similarities that they all go through. They all get hit with a lot of the same shit. And our thing was just bringing awareness to that and doing everything we can in our power to get them home. And then on top of that, my mind was like, once I realized how many individuals out there, that's my thing. I gotta find them, because the more I find these real individuals who not afraid to say they gods and goddesses and know why we here and what time it is, and they got woke up from, bro, they're gonna ride. And if we ride together, it's gonna be unlike something they've ever seen. So that was the biggest at that time. That was the timing involved in it all, really. And that was why there was a lot of support from all of us as a whole. That was the whole plan. And this is what I'm trying to tell people. It went another way because folks, hands in the cookie jar don't mix like that. But there was a way to do things, and they were going exactly the way they were supposed to go. But that was the whole purpose of this thing. And we was about to show these people we ride and we here. You ain't just about to get it. And we did. You know what I'm saying? Like they see. They definitely see. I'm not alone. You know what I'm saying? It will never be alone. Nobody who stands for the people like that and who go that hard ever gonna be alone in my book. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always gonna have a soldier by your side. The best soldier know the best way to fight the wars. You know what I'm saying? So that was just always my thing, is how could I be the most effective? I don't wanna say anything that can damage or not help. It gotta count every time. It gotta count. And that's part of what I pride myself on, man. Divine guidance, not just moving because some shit sound good or look good. Like, no, you gotta know. We gotta know what we doing out here, bro. And then once it becomes something other than that, nothing's gonna work the way it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So I think, and that's one of those things that sometimes, and that's where fire will come out. That passion. This ain't nothing to play with, and we can't be willy-nilly with this. You don't get do-overs in a lot of this shit. But that's why. What is it? What? Preparation prevents poor performance. So it was so many things that I'm like, I don't think niggas got the lessons, bro. Like, I never wanted people to feel like I was attacking with saying that kind of stuff. But it's like, bro, like, 2 + 2 is supposed to get 4. I'm not seeing 4. Damn, like, and I don't always want to be feeling like the madman for saying that. But I just be like, if we talk about all of these problems that we're faced with, well, what are the solutions? And I always say that blackout thing because, bro, like, again, they can hit us with it right now with preparation. But there's no excuse for the lack of preparation. And then that's why I'm like, all right, now I feel like games is being played. How are we going to get this together? Who's going to be willing to take the steps to get it together? Because it's going to take work. It's going to take real work. You understand what I'm saying? But, yeah, man, like I said, I'm not going to make this too long. We about to be at 45 minutes. I'm going to end it here. Again, bro, just that's my biggest spiel with all of this thing. I wanted to actually talk a little bit more to the collective on this one, but there's actually kind of the previous video on my YouTube kind of touches a little bit on it, but I wanted to speak with a lot of clarity. But that's part of my thing too, man, and that's why I'm not really big on social media, is because you can't get everything from videos. Even a 45-minute video, I talk so much, there's so much to say. I've experienced so much. You're not going to be able to get it in an hour, in an hour and a half. And this is what relationships are about, building with it. That's why I say build. You have to build with an individual. You know what I mean? And that's why I build with people, man, from day one. I'm interested in your journey and who you are and what interests you. You know what I'm saying? Where do you feel like your place is just in this world? And if you don't know, that's cool. We'll figure it out together. I never put pressure on folks. I never made folks feel like they had to be down with what I wanted them to be down with. I never told folks pick sides. I never kicked folks out of group. Like, there was a lot of things that I just never did. And even when I bring these up, they're not to take shots, but I just need people to be very clear on who I am. And just because you might have got fire or you might have heard fire, because nobody really got fire, but just because you might have heard fire, don't worry about all the time how it's being said, because y'all know certain individuals are a little bit more passionate and fiery than others, but worried about what's being said and who it's coming from. But with that being said, man, peace, man. Renegade out, man. It's me, man. Yeah.